Hello, YouTube, and welcome back. It's gonna be another great day because today is Free Friday. Every single Friday, right here on Jason Ricci's YouTube. Subscribe today. I finally got that right with the hand instead of backwards. Subscribe today for hundreds of free harmonica lessons. Every single Friday, a new lesson. Thank you, Patreon patrons, for making it all possible. Today, we're going to be doing another one of the One Easy Lick Endless Possibilities series. So this is going to be One Easy Lick Endless Possibilities in third position. So we got our C harps. I got a C golden melody, right? And I'm going to be playing it in the key of D minor. Now check this out. We're actually going to be doing the same lick that we did in the first One Easy Licks video, Endless Possibilities, but we did that lick in cross harp, and that was this one. So now I got a G harp. So that lick right there, right, that's in the other video that's linked below, okay? That lick right there, I'm just changing the phrasing. But let's start with it like this. And I can play it any different way I want. I can play it any way I want. Well, now we're going to be doing it on a C harp in D minor. So the lick is going to go to a different place, but it's actually going to be easier because I don't have to bend the minor third of this lick like I did in cross harp. So here we go. It's going to be 6 draw bend, 6 draw, 6 draw bend, 5 draw, and then 4 draw. It'll sound like this. Get the idea, so I'm just changing it. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the pitfalls that you might fall into with this lick. First of all, remember to start on the bend at first. You can play these notes in any order you want, but we're going to try to do it deliberately one way first, and then we can start varying it and changing it. So 6 draw bend, 6 draw, 6 draw bend, and then I have to let go of that bend on 5 draw to get a nice in-tune 5 draw. I don't want to keep my mouth in the same bend position that I had for 6 draw on 5 draw, or it'll sound like this. I don't want that. What I want is... not... right? So if I keep my mouth bent and I don't relax when I'm on my way down to 5 draw, what's going to happen is 5 draw and maybe even 4 draw are going to be a little out of tune. Let's hit it again. I'm going to use an amp with some effects from Lone Wolf. All right, here we go. It's a little loud. Let's turn the music up. up and then down. Really fun, right? So I'm having a lot of fun. Now, one of the things that I'm really trying to not do is hit any other notes than the ones that I just gave myself. And now I'm giving you 6 draw bend, 6 draw, 5 draw, 4 draw. Now I can play them in any order I want. So I'm treating the lick like a scale, just playing any note anywhere. They all work. So I'm going from 4 draw to 6 bend to 6 draw. Skipping over 5 draw. Could do that same thing backwards. Not even using the 5 draw. So then if I get good at that, Wow. All those notes, no extra notes. That's just 5 draw and 4 draw. If I move it up to 5 and 6, now down. See, I put in an extra note. I don't want to do that. Right? I want to be in control of what I play. See, now there's nothing wrong with what just happened because I caught it. But if I were to go off for an hour or two playing whatever I want, I'm not going to get any better. I need to learn to do what I set out to do, which is just play those notes and come up with as many different rhythmic possibilities. Once I've done that for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, pick an extra note. I'll give myself now that note. It was a 6th blow that came out by accident. Now I'll give it to myself. So 6 draw, 6 bend, 6 blow, 5 draw, 4 draw. put in another one. And now I put in 4 below. I'm not gonna give myself that one. Let me go back. Yeah. I do that for a long time, right? If I put in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 minutes of just those notes, right? Just the one easy lick that I gave you. If I put in 5 or 10 minutes of that, and then I give myself the other notes, the sky's the limit. Let's hear that limit, right? So now, I'll play whatever I want after warming up with that. You get it, impossible concentration. Here's the funny thing. I sounded a lot better when I was just trying to restrict myself. When I gave myself too much, you know what happened? I had too much. That's what happened, and I didn't know what to do with it. Imagine this. So this lick, right? Let's compare it to Christmas morning in a neighborhood. So let's say that there's one kid whose parents got a lot of money, and they buy that kid a skateboard, a football, an Xbox, and a trampoline. And then right next door, there's another kid. His parents don't have that much money, but they work hard, so they get him a skateboard for Christmas. Well, 6 months later, in the spring, the kid with the skateboard, he's figured every single way to move it. He can do it, shove it sideways, shove it the other way, front side, back side. He can kick flip, he can 180, maybe he can even 360, he can ollie. He has a whole bunch of skateboarding buddies. They got a new language, they got clothes, everything, right? Then we go over to the kid who got everything. He's kind of good at the Xbox. His sister took over the trampoline. He's intimidated to get on the skateboard because his neighbor next door is killing it. The neighbor next door maybe even has a shop sponsor, right? In other words, if we give ourselves too much at once, all right, we get overwhelmed. We don't know what to do with it. We don't get good at any one particular thing. So there's nothing wrong with restricting yourself diligently to a small grouping of notes, whether that's a scale or a lick or arpeggio, it doesn't matter. Restrict yourself to those notes. You want to get fancy, move it down to the bottom octave. Yeah, that sounded so cool. So I was like, 6 draw, 5 draw, 4 draw, then 6 bend, 5 draw, 4 draw. And then I put the 6th blow in later, right? So, but I did it on purpose, not by accident. I wonder if I can do that in the bottom octave. It's a lot harder, but yeah. See, I'm having fun again. I'm having fun, right? Restriction. Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna pause this and get serious here for a second. What I'm about to talk to you about is normally the kind of stuff I reserve for Patreon. But I'm going to get real with you guys. I want to tell you that right now in my life is one of the happiest times that I've ever had. But it took a lot for me to get here. I've always been good at doing the kinds of things that I'm talking about to you guys in music. But I've had a hard time taking these same kind of ideas, these bigger metaphors, and applying them to my life. Let me give you one of those metaphors. So before I sort of gave up on my ideas and started doing things other people's way and started feeling good and happy like I am now, before that, they found it necessary to put me in jail because I wasn't doing anything that anybody told me. I wasn't following any kind of rules. So when you do that, you end up in a place like jail. And I was lucky that I ended up there. So the first 3 months I complained, right? And all the guys in there were telling me, you're doing hard time. And I didn't know what they meant. But I complained that there wasn't enough food. I complained about what wasn't on TV or what was on TV. I would look out the window. I would see people smoking. I would think, I wish I could smoke. They can walk wherever they want. I was thinking about all the people I couldn't call, all the gigs I couldn't play, all of the things that I couldn't do. And I was miserable. Well, after 3 months, I sort of reached a bottom. And I started looking around at the people I was in there with that were doing okay, the ones that were happy. And what I noticed is that they had a little routine. So in the morning, they were doing physical exercise. Push-ups, sit-ups, whatever, and they'd kind of do them together. And they'd talk to each other during that and go over stuff. And then after that, some of them would kind of retreat and do their own things, right? So I started reading books, right? And I started reading some good books. I read some fun ones too, some Stephen King and stuff like that, but I read some good books too, some ones that really make you think, the kinds of books you read in jail. And then me personally, I started praying too while I was in there, okay? And, I got into that routine and I settled into that routine. By the time they let me out nearly a year later, I was in the best physical condition of my life. I was well read. I had read songs. I had a relationship with a power greater than myself. So I was spiritually, mentally, and physically happy because I didn't have anything else that I needed to concentrate on other than that. So I made the most of what I had to the point where I was really, really content. Then I got out and I got all the things I wanted. I got the car, I got the girl, I got the house. I also got the car insurance, the car payments, the house payments, the problems that come with, relationships between people. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? So more can be great. It can be great, but it could also be stressful, and we can also get overwhelmed. So today, one easy lick, endless possibilities. Let's do that, right? Have some fun. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Stay tuned for the credits. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Free Fridays right here on YouTube. Subscribe today. Click the subscribe button for hundreds of free harmonica lessons. If you like what I'm putting down and you'd like to support the cause, go the extra mile, be sure to visit my Patreon page. Patreon patrons, thank you very much. You're making these lessons an absolute priority in my life. No matter how busy I get, a free lesson happens every Friday. For as low as $1 a month, that's 25 cents a lesson, you can become a Patreon patron. If you're doing a little better and you can donate more, that's great. Every time you become a Patreon patron, you're helping somebody else out there that doesn't have a credit card, that doesn't have $1 a month, to continue to get free harmonica instruction and much, much more. Remember, we got product reviews here on this channel. We do videos on addiction and bipolar disorder. We got blues stories. We got performance videos and everything right here on Jason Ricci's YouTube. Subscribe today. I'd like to thank Honer Harmonicas, and I'd like to thank Blue Moon Harmonicas, making custom parts for any harmonica that you might have at home. Blue Moon has got you. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, pedals, amplifiers, microphones, you name it, much more. Right here out of Louisiana, the Lone Wolf Blues Company is bringing you the best in customer service for almost any kind of amplified blues harmonica needs that you may have. Speaking of amplifiers, Harp Gear amplifiers, check them out. The very best Harp Gear, right out of Ocala, Florida. I got a website, www.mooncat.org. Check me out on mooncat.org. I got tour dates happening all over the place. I'm going all over the country this year, playing tour dates with J.J. Appleton, with Damon Fowler, with J.P. Soares, with my own band, with Joe Crown, all kinds of people. www.mooncat.org. T-shirts, lesson information, all of that. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We do this every single Friday, and then every now and then I throw you some more stuff right here at Jason Ricci's YouTube. A Mooncat, love and appreciate all y'all. Thank you.